games, it feels like it's a quarter or a half that's starting to kind of just get away from you. Is it, I'm not saying it's necessarily like the same as the last two games, but why do you think the team is having a hard time kind of reeling?
I mean, it's different all the time. I think it's, tonight it was just in the third quarter, we couldn't stop those two guys, Brunson and DiVincenzo. And so I don't think it's one thing. I mean, listen, I think you guys know this. We don't have a lot of depth now. It's hard to put 48 minutes together. We're subbing differently every game. Those are not healthy things. You don't get into a rhythm. You don't get into a comfort level with who you're playing with. And I've got to figure some of that out. And it's also hard with guys in and out and who's going to play like that. And that, tonight we had a couple lineups out there that you're just trying to get through with, and we didn't at all.
Kind of going off that, Coach, everyone knows a little undermanned right now. Do you think that not having a true point guard, maybe even starting lineup, kind of stalled your offense out a little bit?
Well, actually, Cody played. He was a college point guard. I mean, he's played quite a bit of point guards. I thought he did fine. It's more our defense in the third quarter than anything else. But he actually keeps us pretty organized, our starting lineup tonight was a lot better than our starting lineup was against Utah.
Was there a certain play that kind of led to, your frustration?
Yeah, he got hit in the head, in the face. So I wish I wouldn't have done that. It doesn't help anything, but he got hit in the head.
I was going to ask you about that. You obviously a little bit bothered by the call, I guess, no call. Just as a coach, is it something you just want to go there and protect your player, I guess, to make sure that
Well, he got hit in the face, to me, and they got to see that. Again, you don't want to get kicked out of the game. That doesn't help anything. But, and handling frustration is a big part of this league, even when you have a really good team. In a situation like this, it's critical that we all do it, and that starts with me, so I can't be doing that.
Coach, you mentioned last postgame, how just having effort isn't enough in the NBA today. Could you just talk about how you felt the team executed in today's game?
Well, I got to watch the film to really see. Again, it's, our defense in the third quarter was, their offense, and those two guards, just killed us in the third quarter. So that was the biggest part.
I know it's an individual thing, but Brandon Miller had 4 points tonight, I guess, time to career highs. What did you see of him out there in the backcourt?
He was terrific, and he scored in a lot of different ways, right? He scored in the paint. He's 3 for 6 from 3. So, he also had 7 rebounds. So, he played really well.
Steve Miller missing a couple games. Can you give us an update?
Yeah, he's just really sore. So, it's more like day to day. And, hopefully he'll feel better by Wednesday.
In terms of, you said that there are a couple of lineups you kind of have to get through. Like, what's the route from getting through that to getting efficient with those lineups?
Well, you have some lineups. And look, we've had most of the games we've played this year that happens. Where you're just saying, this is the 3.5 minutes here where if we can just do okay, we got a shot to win. You know what I mean? And there's not, look, when you're outmanned, there's not, you're not talking about efficiency, you're talking about survival. Okay, so that's why I change the lineup so much. It's not easy to do. Sometimes there's, I thought playing bigger tonight would help us. In the first half it did, in the third quarter it didn't. But yeah, listen, we don't have a team here, I'm not gonna lie to you, where I can look at it and say, we're gonna play these 9 and we can get to 48 minutes of good basketball. It's just not gonna happen. So it's not that I understand what you're saying, but we're gonna have lineups out there that are severely out-talented by the other team almost every night. And we gotta figure out a way to just get through those 2-3 minutes. And tonight we couldn't.